Hey student, watch this video if you want to learn the reasons why you understand English teachers, but every time you have to understand native speakers, it doesn't work the same way. Coming up. Hey friends, Teacher Prix here to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Hey, thanks for joining me on another video. I really appreciate it. From Monday to Friday, I have a new lesson just for you. And hey, if it's your first time here, how about subscribing and becoming part of this 70,000 English learners who watch my videos every day and share and like and comment and participate, and more importantly, improve their English skills. Anyways, guys, I am here on another video. Today we are going to talk about something very important. Basically, I get this question, I think out of 5 questions, I get this question, Every week someone asks me, Teacher Prix, why? I understand you, but I don't understand native speakers. What's wrong with me? Well, my friend, don't worry, there's nothing wrong with you. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you don't understand native speakers, okay? So if you like this kind of video, what do you need to do? Hit the like button. That way I know that this is something that you're interested in. And then I can create more videos like this one with tips and ideas to help you improve your English skills, okay? So let's dive into the content. Why I don't understand native speakers, only the teacher. First of all, there's a big difference between a teacher and a native speaker, not just in terms of quality of English, the native speaker speaks naturally, teachers don't. That's not really the point that I'm going to show you here in this lesson today. There are differences, important ones, but it's not just because of fluency, okay? Now, the first reason is vocabulary. I know I'm gonna sound like a broken record. I'm always talking about vocabulary and vocabulary and vocabulary. But hear me out. When you are watching videos from teachers like me, like many other teachers, like Ronnie, I think you watch Ronnie's videos. I think that's her name. She's really cool. She's not a non-native. She's a native English teacher. But most of you pretty much understand her lessons, and she's a native teacher, a native English teacher. When you're watching these videos, you have very specific vocabulary. And more important than that, a good teacher's number one goal is to help their students build up their confidence and vocabulary. So this is a teacher's primary responsibility, to help you with your vocabulary, to help you become more confident. So if I come here and use extremely difficult words, extremely difficult expressions, usually use a very bad, speak too quickly or in a very confusing way, I'm not helping you. I'm not being a good teacher. Okay? And if by any chance you're watching this video and you're finding it very difficult, that's probably a level problem, okay? Real beginners will not understand this video. False beginners definitely will, okay? Just because you understand English doesn't make you an intermediate speaker or pre-intermediate speaker. I have many clients who come to me and tell me, oh, but I understand you. I'm an intermediate speaker. But when they actually start speaking, they're not. They're false beginners, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a level. It's a phase, okay? So the difference is that the teacher is supposed to help you. We are supposed to make English easy for you, to help you build up the confidence and the vocabulary. And now, about the native speakers, they don't have this concern. They are not worried about helping you. They use whatever word they want, any word they want to use or vocabulary. So they will talk about very different subjects. So consider this. Here I am teaching you English, teaching you vocabulary. Native speakers, they don't do that unless it's an English teacher. That's different. Okay, so this is the number one reason why you understand me, you understand other English teachers, but when it comes to understanding native speakers, you have problems. It's not just the listening skills. It's not just because it's a native speaker. It is vocabulary. Vocabulary is the number one problem English learners have, but completely ignore. Okay, moving on. The second problem is speed. I'm not going to be I'm not going to be a hypocrite, okay? Speed is something that disturbs many English learners, all right? Holy smoke! What's that? Do you hear it? Oh man, I love São Paulo. Very nice. So I'm an auditory person, so any sound can distract me very, very much. I completely lose focus when there's too much noise or too much sound. But as I was saying, speed does play the role, okay? So, and here, I'm not saying that it's because native speakers speak fast, but naturally, some people speak faster than others. So a good teacher, again, going back to the teacher, a good teacher will speak at normal speed, not too fast, not too slow, normal speed. Because remember, the teacher's number one responsibility is to help you. So I'm not going to be here talking extremely fast because that's not my goal. I want to help you. I want to help you be better. I want to help you master your English. So that's not my goal. But I'm not going to speak very slowly either, unless you are a beginner. Then if you check my beginners playlist, I speak very slowly. It was very difficult for me to make those videos because I had to speak very slowly, because I was making videos for beginners. This video is not necessarily for a true beginner because I am speaking at normal speed. And most teachers will speak at normal speed, okay? So this is something that you need to think about, okay? Now, native speakers, they don't need to worry about that. They will speak to you in their natural way, naturally. So if you are talking to someone who speaks very fast, it'll be difficult to understand, but not because all native speakers speak like that, but because that person speaks fast. And going back to the reason number one, sometimes it's not necessarily speed, it's vocabulary. So you see, the three reasons I'm going to give you here are completely connected. Because if you have the vocabulary, you may come across some people who speak too fast and then you will not really understand them. I've had this problem several times. It happens. I just learned to deal with the situation and try to find ways to have the person explain it to me again if I need to, okay? One example of that is Tony Robbins. I don't know if you know Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is an American life and professional coach and business strategist. He is amazing. He's incredible. He helps millions of people. He has many books, conferences, trainings, and programs. This guy is incredible. But if you watch some of his videos, or if you listen to some of his podcasts, my God, that guy is a beast. He doesn't stop talking. He speaks extremely fast. And not just that, he has the two things. the amount of different words he uses is really, really like big. He uses a lot of different words, not because he's trying to be a difficult speaker, but because of his business, his line of business. He's not talking about everyday stuff. He's talking about different things. Sometimes he does, it depends on the video. But in general, he will speak words that you, as an English student, may not be familiar with. So you have two bad combinations here. He's going to use vocabulary that you don't usually learn in books because you're still in the process of becoming a better English speaker. And the second, he naturally speaks fast. So can you see that the problem is not necessarily you, but external factors? Okay, so he is a perfect example. And I know other people that speak as fast as he does. For example, I think Gary V, his last name is very difficult to pronounce. It's a different name. So it's Gary V. If you type Gary V on YouTube, V, the letter V, okay, Gary V, you will find him and you will see that he speaks a little fast, depending on the video. So it is a little hard because you're not accustomed to watching and listening to these kind of people. And maybe the vocabulary he uses is not the kind of vocabulary you are familiar with. Think about it. If you start watching videos about electrical engineering, you're going to be lost. I'm going to be lost. Well, I watch a little bit just out of curiosity, but it's not my cup of tea, okay? It's not my thing. So if I watch a video where a speaker is using extremely technical vocabulary or very specific vocabulary for about a subject that I am not comfortable with, my listening will suck. I will need to check many words and pause and try to understand. It's natural, okay? And the third thing, hey, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to smash that like button, because when you like the videos, it helps YouTube understand that this is the kind of lesson that can help people. And that way, YouTube will show my video to more people, and more people can come, and more people can join. And this is gonna be such a nice party. So make sure to hit the like button, it really helps. And if you're enjoying, of course. But the third thing, context. Now, what is that supposed to mean? Teachers usually talk about English. Yes, that's what we talk about. We love English. We live English. We breathe English. That's what we talk about. Consequently, I imagine that you watch many videos in English about grammar, about vocabulary, about many different things. So your ears become very comfortable with this kind of subject. You are constantly studying English videos. That's why it's so easy to understand English videos, not from different people, from teachers talking about English, teachers teaching you English or teaching you lessons. That's why you feel so comfortable, because we are talking about English. That's the context. Remember, every video I tell you, context is key. If you don't have a context, it's hard to talk, it's hard to understand, it's hard to learn, okay? Now, not just that. When you're watching videos from teachers, you may not notice, but we are using a method to help you improve your English. I have had clients from all over the world, from different levels, false beginners, true, zero, beginners is starting from scratch, from zero. I've had advanced students, professional students, teachers that I worked with, that I gave classes to. So I know that I have to use a method that will help them understand me in a clear way, okay? That is not far from the reality, but at the same time, it's a contextualized lesson, okay? On the other hand, when you listen to a native speaker, and I saw someone mentioning, oh, Teacher Prix, I understand you, but when I watch the news, I don't understand anything. Well, you have a combination there. I'm not sure it's a speed because journalists and TV anchors usually speak more slowly. Not more slowly, but at normal speed. This could be highly connected to vocabulary because they need a certain level of formality when they are giving the news on TV. Consequently, you may not be used to this level of formality and language. There's very specific language on TV. Okay, so if you are watching CNN, if you are watching interviews, if you are watching formal TV news, you are going to have this problem, this challenge. So my recommendation, if you're having this kind of problem and you watch TV news and you don't understand, is start reading the news. Go and find the New York Times or a CNN or BBC, and you will see that the complexity is the same. They will have complex articles for you to read that will look like the videos the videos they make on TV. So this is a good way to start. That way you will see that they have very specific vocabulary and structure. There is very specific structure that you use when you are on TV. So this is also something you have to pay attention. It's not that simple. It's not impossible, but it's not that simple. Consequently, you may have this false idea that you don't understand when in reality you are not preparing yourself for that kind of video. Okay? And as I said, when you listen to, as I was saying actually, when you listen to a native speaker, you will listen to the most unusual kinds of subjects, many different kinds of subjects. So what's the consequence of that? Different conversations, different vocabulary. And that's why I'm telling you the three reasons here are connected, because different conversations, different vocabulary. If you are not with your vocabulary on top of your game, it will be difficult to understand different contexts. So let's imagine I go on YouTube now and I search a video about chemical reactions and chemistry and the periodic table and elements. I will probably get a little lost because there will be many terms that I will not be familiar with. Okay, so there is this food scientist that I like to follow on YouTube, and sometimes she's making some videos where she explains some very detailed consequences of certain foods in our body, and I have to pause a lot because I'm like, whoa, woman, I don't know these words. I need to check them because I have no idea what you're talking about. It's natural. And I'm a teacher. I have good listening. I should understand. Well, that's not necessarily true. Different conversations equals different vocabulary. And if you are not prepared, you are not going to understand. And if you combine the different contexts, the different vocabulary, and the fast speaker, damn, you're doomed. Okay? And what's the consequence of that again? You will feel frustrated because you will feel like, oh my God, my listening sucks. I'm terrible. When it's not true. I'm not saying that you shouldn't work it out, okay? I'm saying that it's not true that your listening is bad or sucks. The only thing that is true is you need to work on specific vocabulary and expand the variety of materials and videos and podcasts and books and articles that you study in English, okay? Because if you want to understand a CNN TV news, then you got to start preparing yourself, my friend, because the vocabulary they use is no easy task. It's not that simple. It can be done, totally, but you need to prepare yourself, because if you just start watching these videos, you will lose motivation because you will feel confused and lost. But you need to do a little preparation. That's when reading and studying vocabulary will really help you out, okay? Awesome, my friends. I do have homework for you, okay? I really wanted to participate in the comment session, in the comment section. Do you have problems to understand native speakers? And this may help me create the next video subjects, okay? What I want you to do in the comments is describe your experience. How do you feel? In what exact situations do you have problems to understand native speakers? That's basically what I need you to do today as your homework. That is going to be all for today, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.